And good early morning, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that cool, different little intro there. As y'all know, in the previous episode of Wrong Side Simulations, we repoed this airplane in to have her slightly cleaned up and painted in the FedEx colors. And as you just saw, we just pulled her out of the hangar where she has been painted in said new colors. And now we're going to taxi her over to a gate, and we're going to get her ready to go on her first trip over to Houston, and we're going to fly into Hurricane Beryl. That is going to be the plan. I don't know why we're here in ATC. Once we get parked, we will do the normal introduction here on the Wrong Side channel. Man, big old sexy airplane. Alright, well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Wrong Side Simulations. Bring the best content for the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. As always, my name is Blake, and I am a real-world flight dispatcher, and bringing a little more context to your flight sim viewing experience. And as we previously said, we just got this airplane painted from our previous episode where we repoed it in. I remember where we brought it in from. Oh yeah, brought it in from Mobile, Alabama. And now we're gonna get her ready to take her over to Houston International Airport and attempt to land in Hurricane Beryl. She'll be landing in the outer bands, and from there she will be in service. So over to the chat, we got Captain Zimp in the house. Great to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Lightspeed, great to see you as well. Marco, Red Eye, let's go. You know it. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Josh, good morning to you as well. Let's see your dance. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think she felt like dancing a whole hell of a lot. We'll save some of that fuel. And Liam's in the house. Good morning, Liam. What's up? How you liking the MD-11 so far, dude? Honestly, I mean, it needs a little bit of polish in some areas, but I really like this airplane. I have genuinely started to fall in love with the MD-11. And I also have a FedEx Gemini Jets MD-11 that I can't get enough of looking at it, and then it just makes me want to come fly this in the sim. So I personally like it. Again, it needs a little bit of polish. It's a little iffy on capturing the ILS. Obviously, nobody can butter this airplane for the most part. So there's, a few little areas that need some work, but other than that, I really like this airplane. Alright guys, so we parked the airplane I'm going to switch over to a be right back screen real quick, and we're going to basically fast forward over to real time and fuel this bird up. We will not be carrying any payload. This is going to be a repo flight. We are FedEx 9900. We are going to be flying RJ Bailey. Thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. Good morning to you. Hope you are enjoying the MD-11 content, and very happy to have you aboard. Yeah, so we're going to be flying on I can't remember the exact, FedEx Virtual Air Cargo. So we'll be doing a little VA flying. We're also going to fly on VATSIM. Last I saw, we had Tower online. Probably about as good as it's going to get this time of night. So, if you need to grab yourself a drink to kind of settle in for the stream, go grab yourself a drink, take a piss, and we'll be right back. All right, so we are back, and we are here on the ground in Memphis. It is nighttime. It is real time. We are due to be out of here in the next 9 minutes, which obviously is not going to happen. but fortunately it is just a reposition flight, so nobody really cares. Josh says, here's some useless information. Some of the last 747s went to UPS, which is kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Nice to know they're still flying. Yo, working night audit. Should be watching. Awesome. RJ, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living? What will you be auditing? I do quite a lot of auditing in my professional life as well. They were to replace the very old MD-11s. Oh, gosh, I didn't know that. Very interesting. All right. Let's get our asses on the airplane, shall we? Got our flashlight, because it's going to be nice and dark on the airplane. Very dark on the airplane. Alright. Pause the music. And let's pre-flight this bad boy. Alright, so just a quick little overview of our flight plan tonight. Like I said, we're going to be FedEx 9900, and it is the 8th of July. We're operating from Memphis over to Houston. Due to be out at 0800Z, that's not going to happen. On at 0937. Got J Queen as our dispatcher per usual. We are on tail 595 Foxtrot Echo, and it is an MD-11. We got 436 miles to cross. We've got an average headwind component 27 knots. We're going to be flying a burning CI-99 at 34,000 feet. Should be pretty light on the weights. I actually think I do have this planned with some payload. Oh well. 1 hour 13 minutes from wheels up to wheels down. We got our trip fuel. We got our reserve fuel. We are carrying San Antonio as an alternate just in case we can't get into Houston. We got 45 minutes of contingency. Gives us a min takeoff of 56.7. We also have 10 extra minutes of our basic extra fuel. 2,000 pounds for the taxi. This one give us a ramp fuel of 61.6. Should be landing with about 38,000 pounds. And here's going to be our route for this morning. Actually, let's do the sexier one. Bam, check it out. Mickey 6 to Basby, direct Monroe, which is my hometown. I didn't want to do that. And then SWB, what is that? Sawmill to the Gessner 1 arrival. Kai Borst, thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. Welcome aboard. Good early morning to you from Florida, and I hope you are enjoying the content. Very happy to have you with us. Alright, so with all of that said, let's get our payload on. I'm going to do 0 fuel weight. We'll 0 that, since we are technically a repo flight. And then fuel, we're looking at 61.6. And so since we supposedly don't have cargo, let's see if we have, yep, no cargo bin, or no, nothing in the cargo bin, which is what I wanted to see. Alright, FMS, flight plan and NITs. Memphis, Houston, we are FedEx 9900. Cruising at 34,000 feet. Temperature up there is minus 39. And our wind component is a headwind, 27 knots. Cost index, CI99. Flight plan, Memphis. Departing off runway 18 right. But I think we'll do 18 center because that's closest to us. We won't have to cross the runway. Actually, do we have... Let me file my flight plan real quick, and then we'll see if we still have tower on. Off block. Say we'll be out of here at 0820 at the latest. Alright, flight plans filed. 900. Connect there. I guess ATC went home for the night. And then we also need to start our flight with FedEx Virtual Air Cargo. There we go. I heard that cold and dark airplanes are creepy as fuck. They probably are, especially at nighttime. I've walked into numerous cold and dark airplanes at night and I never really found them creepy. But a lot of it too probably depends on where you're at. I love this plane. My landings are shit too. My best is 273. Yeah, I haven't gotten under 3 digits yet. In the last stream it said like 227 for the flow landing rate monitor, this thing, but when I went to Atlanta, it said it was like a negative 137. So I think from now, like, I want to get rid of this, turn that off, even though when I turn it off, it still, does it not go away? Maybe not. Anyways, I don't like this, and I think it causes me some stutters sometimes too on touchdown. I would rather use Atlanta. Just at my local hotel. I'm working the CFI now, but still got to work on the side. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Cool, cool. I appreciate you filling me in. Very kind of you. Alrighty. So let's go off 18 center on the Binky 6. BASB transition. I forgot to hit insert. Sweet. Monroe. Yeah, Sawmill. I was right. Alright, so Houston Star. This has us on 8 left. In the Gesner 1 arrival. Sawmill transition. And let's see. Let's do Mako so we don't have to go all the way up to Gusher. Gusher's up here. That's way out there. We got Mako right there. We'll probably come in on the downwind like this. It'll be a lot quicker to go Mako. So Mako, insert. Make sure we don't have any discons. Got that one there, but we do anticipate that vector, so that's fine. We're going to leave that. Secondary, I'm not going to worry with. Init, B page. Come back to our fuels. So for our taxi fuel, sitting at 2,000 pounds. Route reserve is going to be 0. That's for flag fuel policy. Let's see our alternate. 12,300 pounds. That was weird. See alternates, and then our reserve fuel will be 9.8. Nope, right there. Sweet. All right, block fuel. 61,635, so we'll just call it 61.6. Zero fuel weight. Tell you what, let's get that out of payload. That seems awful low for empty, but whatever. 112.8 is what we'll call it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, whatever. We'll just put in what we got on the flight plan, which is going to be 399,200 pounds. So instead of it just being a repo, even though it's a repo, you can still put payload on. At my airline, we've done that plenty of times. We're repoing an airplane, but we need a a part for an airplane, or maybe a deadheading crew, something like that. All right, got our CGs in. Go ahead and get the APU cranked up. And let's go to performance. And we'll go off 1.8 center. Got our environmentals in there, takeoff weight. Let's do specific flaps. Let's see what that gives us. $33, $51, $64, flexing $59, flaps 15. I have not seen this thing use any other flex temperature other than 59. That is the only thing I've seen it do. Just kind of odd. Packs on, flaps 15, 133, 51, 64. Alright, our slope is down 0.6, and our wind component is 3 knot headwind. So we'll do a H03. Puts that in there for us. And then temperature's 27. I do that every time. 27 Celsius. Nice. Alright. Let's get our V2 in there. Dude, I am big time sucking. And of course Memphis Center comes online right when we get everything prepped in the airplane. Ignition B, since we have right seat takeoff. The external power can disconnect. On Mercy power, goes no smoking and seatbelt signs. Since we have our fuel, oops, arm the emergency lights. Cool. Now, let's go 164. Runway headings will be 180. I wish there was some form of acceleration on this, because this shit takes forever. Alright, so we do have a PDC. Cleared Binky 6 departure, Basby transition, maintain 5,000. Whoops. Expect 34010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 3255, which is center. We'll squat 1635. Cool. Memphis Addis. Info Alpha. 180 at 3 knots, 10 statute miles. Light rain, overcast at 13,000. Temperatures 27, dew point 24. Altimeters 2995. Simultaneous visual approaches in use. Runway 18 right and 18 left. Departures in use. 18 right, 18 center, 18 left. Operate mode Charlie on taxiways and runways. Simultaneous approaches parallels. Runways in use. Ramps uncontrolled. Contact ground control for pushback onto taxiway November, Victor, or Juliet only. Otherwise, call for taxi with the Addis. Remember Victor, Juliet. That ain't none of us. Be a nice, short, sweet taxi. All right. 3255. Like, this shit takes forever too. Alright, it's in the standby. Alright. Just about ready to go. Let's do a quick little departure brief. Alright, so we're over here on the Winchester ramp. Would expect to depart off of maybe 18 center. That's what we'll ask for. So it's going to be a right seat takeoff. Aircraft type is an MD-11 for tail strike avoidance. No MELs, no CDLs. Plan to push back, nose to the left. We'll taxi over to spot 4 Whiskey. Report our position. Anticipate getting taxiway Alpha Bravo to 18 center. We got the one hot spot. No runways to cross for that hot spot. 2 hold lines with taxiway Bravo east of taxiway Sierra and runway 18 center approach hold. West of taxiway Sierra is runway hold. Cool. Standard board procedures. Anything below 80 knots, be my decision to reject. Complete stop, set the parking brake, and we'll run. Actually, I don't have a checklist for this airplane. We'll also let ATC know of our intentions. If we're going to vacate the runway or stay on the runway, if we're going to evacuate the aircraft, etc. After 80 knots, we're only going to abort for 4 things: engine fire, engine fail, low level wind shear, or anything that makes us feel like the aircraft is unsafe for takeoff. After V1, if we pop an engine, we'll plan to fly runway heading, speed up, clean up, and then come back to runway 18 center since it is the longest runway. If all goes as planned, we're going to fly the Binky 6 departure up to 5,000 feet. And we're squawking 1635. Cool. Blah. Stutters. Alright, so since we're on VATSIM, I'm gonna kill all of the traffic. So all those other airplanes out there you're seeing, they're gonna go away. It'll also help us on the frame rates too. Now why is it still giving me nav off? Alright, let's get everything closed up. APU is on. Still got a door open message. Still closing. Alright. Retard. I am gonna butcher this name, but FC Azato, or yeah, I'm gonna screw that up. But anyways, nonetheless, thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. Welcome aboard. Good morning to you. Very happy to have you along with us. Strap trim 4.9. Bam. We'll go nose left. Brakes release clear to push. It still says IRU's in a line. And we're moving, so that's not good. Alright, we'll fire up engines and see what happens. Might have to get in a line going after we push. I wish I could have me a drink, but not when I gotta go to work in an hour. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea. Brake set, cut off head set, clear disconnect. See y'all on the next go round. Never seen them flash before. That's probably because we moved while they were aligning. Had those flaps down so that maintenance could do their final inspections after we brought the airplane from the hangar, getting it repainted. And while we wait for the IRUs to align, give me time to catch up in the chat. Is it just me, or does flexing not do that much in this plane? It always takes off crazy steep every time. Yeah, same for me. I don't know if maybe that's just kind of how the airplane flies. Having all that weight in the back with all the engines, I could maybe see it doing that. So, I mean, like I always remember too when I was flying the Mad Dog, like in real life, like I always just felt like that airplane was just like so nose up. Cheers from Brazil. Try to see on a net page confirm align position. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. In all honesty, yeah, I've never been so bad during a stream before. Of just like, yeah. See, we got stuff all out of whack. There it goes. Select hydraulic system manual. See, I have not seen that one before. Why manual? Alright, well the IRS is aligned, so that's always a good thing. Sweet, and we got that message clear. Alright, perfect. Alright, trim set, auto brake RTO, spoilers, arm, flaps are set. I think we're looking good. Let's go over to 4 whiskey. Lightspeed said it's 9:18 a.m. in Scotland. I didn't know you were from Scotland. That's super cool. It is 4:21 here in Florida. J-Foot, what's happening, dude? Aliens really knows how to, yeah. I've also noticed that. Good morning, Memphis Center. FedEx 9900 is on the maintenance ramp in Memphis at spot 4 Whiskey. Information addons, looking for a 18 center departure if able. Info Alpha. I have Alpha in front of me. Yankee's going to be a little ways off to my left. From what I see, it should be Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, okay. That's like Yankee's over to the left there. I don't ever get anyone off of that ramp. Okay, normally when it's going to be Alpha Bravo.
Hey, no problem. We just had our airplane worked on. We'll taxi 18 center via Alpha Bravo for FedEx 9900. Thanks. All right. Yeah, I just turned him up while he was talking. Should be a bit louder. I think part of it's his microphone. We'll see how he sounds whenever we talk to him again.
FedEx 9900 Arnett GDEC 4.18 center for takeoff.
RNAV GADEC, clip takeoff from a 18 center, FedEx 9900.
Memphis Center, citation 370 Bravo is at the signature ramp holding short of November. Request taxi to 18.
There you go, that should be loud enough, right?
We have information ISA. Citation 370 Bravo, left the center, runway 1 right, taxi via Hotel Mike 9. November Mike 9.
Taxi to 1H right by a Hotel November Mike 9, citation 370 Bravo.
I read it on my screen, the ad looks like an H, it's actually November Mike 9.
Alright, there's runway heading.
November Mike 9, 370 Bravo.
And rotate. Padre.
Stabilizer motion.
Crossing 1.5, we'll climb flight 1340, FedEx 9900.
FedEx 900 radar contact.
Center, PA 293, climbing to 16,000. Good evening. Good morning.
Pacific 293, are you looking for radar following?
That is a negative on heading of 305 on way to Minneapolis.
I don't have a flight plan for you. I'm just showing you as a VFR target.
Roger. If I did file one, it might not have popped up.
Sierra Bravo, RNM Cheeto, runway 18 right,
Just for takeoff 1H right, citation 370 Bravo.
Pacific 293, same type aircraft and altitude requested.
God, I hate the pitch on this airplane. That's nothing that needs to be polished up is the pitch.
What's the type aircraft?
Boeing 748.
Y'all saw how fast we rotated off the runway.
The destination is Minneapolis.
That is an affirm.
We'll see how long we can hand fly this thing. We've got 250 to image. Is it just me, or are the taxiway signs blank? No, they weren't blank. They just, it's like when they're lit up, they like glare out. You can't see what they actually say.
PA 293, squawk 1513, and I-10.
David Isaac. Good morning, my friend.
Walk 1953 and I-10.
1513.
1513 and I-10.
370 Bravo, I maintain flight report.
Night lighting on this is nice. I agree. I agree.
Center 430 and rim
Good morning to you, my friend.
2,000 feet.
Been a minute since I've seen you. You're doing well.
370 Bravo, radar contact, I maintain flight report 3.
Climate maintain 430 370 Bravo.
Radar contact 10 miles south to an intersection, maintain 15,000. National altimeter is 295. No, just what I'm national altimeter is 3000 and check transponder is 1513.
So the taxiway signs are blank now. They were just glared out.
PA 293.
I see that at most of my airports at nighttime. Have you tried messing with the sensitivity for the pitch control? I have, actually. I've turned it down like negative, like negative 30%, negative 40%, something like that. I even turned down, I tried turning down the reactivity. It didn't seem to really do anything with the pitch. So I just left it with negative 30%. Alright, there's 20,000 feet. Get it back on the flight directors and then turn on the autopilot. There we go. AP1 engaged. Alright. Lights are off. Sweet. Now, y'all can't see nothing at night, so until we get closer to Houston, we'll do like a little early morning departure. So you're running default sensitivities. I think I did either negative 40 or negative 50 on the pitch. Still pitchy though. Exactly, man. It's wild. In fact, I went and made a whole new profile for my yoke just for this airplane because it's so damn pitchy. But I might experiment with going even more. Maybe do like negative 70. But yeah, I thought that's something I need to work on. Alright, high speed sounds good. Some real switches. Embraer. Are they like the magnetic switches? So whenever, like, when a certain condition is achieved, the button will. They happen to be the engine start rotary knobs. That's pretty cool. Guys, so y'all can see what I was looking at. I'm gonna guess they're. I'm assuming they probably go to this button and its housing. Maybe, I don't know. Now you got to fill us in. Alright, we reached IMAPE. We are now accelerating beyond 250 knots. Oh, David. You were there? Man, you should like send me a message on Discord or something, dude. We definitely could have linked up. But next time we'll for sure make it happen. But man, I was there, but I wasn't in there like all the time. I didn't do any of the Friday stuff. Saturday, like me, Shaq, and Callie Simmer came in for a couple hours. And then we went to the airplane shop. Speaking of, stand by. We went to the airplane shop, and while I was there, purchased this FedEx MD-11, and it is the interactive series. So as you can see, it's got the main cargo bin door open, the nose wheel turns, and even the side cargo bin doors open. Absolutely love this thing. I can't stop looking at it, and it always makes me want to fly this airplane. Also purchased November 702 November kilos. It was our first 321 Neo. I delivered this airplane, so it's got some sentimental value to it, so I bought that. But anyways, so yeah, on Saturday, 2 hours at Expo, went to airplane shop, bought some models, which I also have the UPS MD-11 coming. After that one, got some tacos, charged with the Tesla, and then went back to the Expo floor for a little while. And then on Sunday, we spent a bit more time on the Expo floor on Sunday, but we were kind of all over the place. So it doesn't surprise me that you didn't see us or see me, but tried increasing the dead zone. Yep, did that too. Eventually, one day we'll get it all dialed in. Man, look at that airplane. She's nice, I tell you. See, the one on the left is an overhead panel button, and the right ones are the push-to-talk buttons, either side of the MCP. Gotcha. That's cool, man. How'd you get your hands on those? Crystal's gonna wake up at 5 and be like, why in the hell are you streaming at 5 in the morning? I was actually gonna do this stream yesterday, but man, like, it was so hot yesterday. We went to church in the morning, Then we went and got breakfast, ate a big old breakfast, and I was wore out, so we took a nap. She had a bad headache, so she was going to take a nap. She's like, you go stream while I'll take a nap. And I was like, okay. I made the thumbnail, and I was like, nah, I need a nap, I'm tired. So here we are. Just reached our cruising altitude of 34,000 feet. Hopefully the sim renders the Hurricane. It's something that's worth looking at. Something challenging to fly into. What's on everybody's agenda today? I gotta go to work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Start my 4 days of work, as much as I hate to. Nice. Does the gear drop on that model? It does. They sort of drop. So these are Gemini jets, by the way. These are my very first Gemini jets to get. As you can see behind me, I got tons of other models, but I've never bought Gemini because they're so damn expensive. But now I see why, because they are super duper duper detailed. It's like the most, like, you can't really see it, but it's got all the antennas on the top and the bottom. It's got the beacon lights, and like these things are metal, and they will stick the shit out of you. But anyways, so the landing gear are just like, they're magnetic, and so you can have them in or out, as best you probably can see that. Now if you don't want them in, they also come with gear doors that that magnetically attach inside as well, so that you don't have just holes in the bottom of your airplane. It gives you actual landing gear doors, which I thought was pretty cool. I gotta go sit in front of a laptop for 10 hours. Hey, welcome to the life of a dispatcher. That's what I'll be doing, except I'll be doing it for probably 12 to 13 hours today. We got some IT stuff to do around midnight tonight. But that's what dispatchers do, man. We sit in front of computer screens for 4 hours, or I'm sorry, 4 computer screens for 10 hours. The only way to replace the backlight in the overhead switch is to replace the whole assembly. So the black switch does pull out, but the lights can't be bought separately. So an engineer gave me an old, very nice. So do you have like a whole Embraer cockpit at your house? Like, what would you be using all that for? By the way, guys, I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but this hat that I'm wearing is the Let's Go logo or sticker that y'all have seen on the channel before. I got 4 hats made for Expo. This one's like a military OD green with a brown leather patch. It's got the Let's Go and the Airbus auto levers on it. Yesterday I was wearing my like marine camo, and by marine I mean like fishing type marine, not United States Marines, with the wrong side logo on it. The hats turned out really good. I'm surprised. Let's go. Hell yeah. That's freaking cool. I'm on vacay. About to hit the gym. Software dev, so a normal routine would normally be sitting in front of a laptop screen. Yeah, you know, I think most people do that. David, what are you doing? Where are you at on vacation? Fill us in on what's going on vacation. I got vacation in a couple months, the end of August. Headed to Gulf Shores, Alabama. Which, if any of y'all have seen some of the GA flying that we do on the channel, we do a lot of flying down here in Gulf Shores. So here's Gulf Shores down here, Jack Edwards Airport. And we're going to be staying down here in a beach house. Probably one of them beach houses. We're right next to Mobile Bay. So you'll see all the cruise ships and freighters coming in and out, which y'all see me land at this airport a number of times. Dolphin Island. And then we got the Airbus final assembly line up here in Mobile. That's where I picked up November 983 November Kilo. Yeah, this is where we're going to go. Super peaceful. And like over here in the Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Alabama area, you got all the restaurants and, you know, all that kind of, all the touristy stuff. That's what we'll be doing. I don't know, he just go get after. Gotcha. But cool, man. That's really cool to have. So right now we are direct Mike Lima uniform, Monroe, Louisiana, my hometown. Over to Unicom. Have a great morning. Appreciate the ATC. So that should be my hometown right up there. 30 miles. Yeah, that should be it. That should be... No, it's not the road I thought it was. That road should run east to west. But right down here is where my aviation career all started, working the ramp for Delta Airlines back in 2010. What you mean I'm going to see some more tornadoes? I don't remember seeing no... Maybe I did see tornadoes last year. I can never remember. Bro, last month, I think it was last month, or maybe a month before, but I was outside mowing the yard, weed eating and stuff, and I looked to my east, and like, it looked super, super eerie. the sky kind of had that like aqua color, light refracting off the hail, but sometimes also indicative of like tornadoes or rain wrap tornado. So I was looking at it, but my phone was in the garage, and I was like, there could be a tornado over there. I probably should look at my phone to see if there's a tornado warning. I was like, but I'm got my hands full, I'm busy. I don't feel like putting the weed eater down to go check. So I weed eated some more, and it just kind of got worse and worse looking. So I went and took my phone, and sure enough, had a tornado warning, which is like 3 or 4 miles east of me, moving east. So it was no factor. Like it wasn't any threat, but it was crazy. It was like so close, and I was just looking at the sky, and I was like, "There's got to be a tornado in there." Kenny Myers, greetings to you as well, my friend. Good morning. I am doing good. It's great hanging out with y'all. Even if the only time that I can ever hang out with y'all is this early in the damn morning. Better than none, though, right? But doing good, man. We're repoing this MD-11. So in the last episode, we flew. We repoed an MD-11, is dirty, old Lufthansa airplane. We repoed that from Mobile, Alabama to Memphis. So in this episode, we had the airplane painted, pushed it out of the maintenance hangar, taxied it over to the gate, got her loaded up, and now we're on our way to Houston. And we are going to be landing in some of the outer bands, should be landing in the outer bands of Hurricane Beryl. This airplane needs a bath, so that'll be a good way to give her a bath. There we go. That's my hometown airport right down there. We'll drop down and take a quick look. So if any of y'all are familiar with Duck Dynasty, that is where I'm from. From the same place that they're from. But here you go. It's my little dinky airport. All this stuff needs to load up. Got 4 hole gates. This is I paid Kiah to make this airport for me. Try to make it a little bit more accurate than what Microsoft Flight Simulator had. Doesn't look like it's loading up all the stuff. But yeah, this is the birthplace of Delta Airlines. I probably didn't know that, but Monroe, Louisiana is the birthplace of Delta Airlines. And I worked for Delta for 5 years. Out here throwing bags, doing above wing, below wing operations. And then I went and got my dispatch license, became a dispatcher. And right over here is my high school. And as you can see, that's how you know we're country. My high school sits in the middle of corn and cotton fields. That is all that's out here. Although this spot right here, though, it's some sort of warehouse and manufacturing for, I think, duck hunting stuff. I can't remember. Or maybe it's actually that's that building. I don't know what this big ass building does or what they do there. Look at that. Like the only neighbors to my high school got a whole horse arena, rodeo arena. But the guy that lives here used to be a governor of Louisiana. It was a big ass high school, 3 stories tall. Just this whole complex right here is the football complex. It's a multi-million-dollar complex. I would love to hear y'all try to pronounce this. Most people say Ouachita, but it's actually Ouachita, which is named after the Ouachita Indian tribe. I played a lot of baseball here. My sister played a lot of softball here. She ended up going to play at Louisiana Tech. on a full ride scholarship. Pretty dope. This is where I'm from. It's really cool to be able to like see your hometown and like fly around it. There's Conland Mall, which most of that is closed by now. I spent a lot of time in that store, Best Buy, and then I also spent I spent a lot. Like every time I go home, I go to the store. It's just Cavender's Western Wear. Buy a lot of shit there. And here is downtown Monroe. I was born in this hospital, and my grandfather passed away, I think just like one floor up from where I was born. If you ever watched Duck Dynasty, you see this, they would always show this Monroe skyline in the show. Well, that's it. It's not very big. We do have a decent sized college in town, University of Louisiana Monroe, ULM. They are a D1 school, and as you can tell, they are the Warhawks. But I never went there. I did very minimal college. Let's see. No worries, Lightspeed. Let's see what you got. Very nice. Is that a sunrise or a sunset? Staycationing this time. There you go. In South Florida, thinking about headed to Key West with the lady. I've never been, even though I've been in South Florida. What? Yeah, man, you got to go at least once. It is pretty fucking expensive for what it is. If you ever been to like New Orleans, it's basically a tropical New Orleans. Just a lot of bar hopping. There's not a whole lot of beach down there. The beaches that are down there have a lot of rocks, but got Raging Cajuns. Ninja Man, you know what's up. I'm guessing you must be, are you from Lafayette? You a ULL fan? But yeah, even still, Key West is a lot of fun. I've been in there a few times. Oh yeah. Dash 8. Very, very nice. Find the Dreamliner. That's got to be a sunrise, right? Hell yeah. Very nice. Dang, ever run into Uncle Si? Oh yeah, man, back whenever I worked at Monroe Airport, I used to run into them all the time. I used to handle their, like I would handle all their like bags and stuff. Like I got to know them relatively well. But they knew me as like the Delta agent, but if I knew they were coming, if I knew they were on the flight, I could go ahead and get them checked in, have their bag tags printed, all that kind of stuff, so we could just like kind of funnel them through, because people are always trying to talk to them. Slow them down, which they are extremely nice. How you see them on TV is pretty much how they are in real life, at least back in those days. You know, it's been a little while since the show. But but they are awesome, awesome people. They're always down to talk to fans, but at the same time, like, they never really want the attention, wanted the fame or the publicity and whatnot. And they were usually trying to be pretty incognito, but in fact, I know, like, Uncle Si, he never would even watch the show. I was flying back home from Atlanta, and Si and a couple others were on that flight. Of course, somebody saw Si, so they wanted to come talk to him, like, oh, you remember on this episode when you said this? And he was like, honestly, he's like, I don't watch the show. But yeah, you used to run into him all the time. Washita. Pretty much. Yes, indeed, stuck in Houston right now. Damn, what's got you stuck in Houston? See, I know me and you would get along real good. You'd be my kind of folk. Now, I gotta ask, are you, aside from being, you know, a ULL guy, are you also an LSU guy, or you just solely stick with Raging Cajuns? Because like, being from Monroe, like, I support ULM. Granted, ULL is a bit different from ULM in the fact that y'all are actually pretty good in most sports. But you know, like I tell a lot of folks, like, when you're born in Louisiana, you're born an LSU fan. Most of us, anyways. I still support my homeschool team, but die-hard Tigers. Sunrise, yes, nice. Yeah, I love the sunrises and the sunsets in this sim. It looks so good. Happy to hear he is who he reps on TV. Cracks. Yep, I agree. Yeah, he's pretty funny, even in real life. Like, without even trying, he's pretty funny. I liked them all. They were really nice. I ran into Sadie shortly after she was on Dancing with the Stars. And I think she made it like the second to last round or something like that. But told her she did a good job, and pretty cool to she make it that far. All right, coming up on our top of drop, so let's brief the approach real quick. All right, so we're going to be on the Gesner 1 RNAV arrival. We've got a speed restriction turbojet. Aircraft descend via Mach number until intercepted 280 knots. Maintain 280 until slowed by star. We're coming in on the Sawmill transition. We'll ride that down. And we'll be on the north side of the airport. Bottom altitude is 6,000 feet, 210 knots. Let's delete that. So we are planning the ILS runway 8 left, effective 20th of June 2019, 71-1 chart. Frequencies 111.55, final approach course 87. Intercept the glide slope at Jason, 2,000 feet. Decision height 200 feet. Touchdown zone elevation is 94 feet. MSA from the direction we're coming from is going to be 2,400 feet. If we go miss, we'll climb to 600 and climb and left turn to 4,000. Outbound on the Houston VOR radio 019 to Cleep. Intercept DME 22.1. Houston VOR and hold. Transition level is 18,000 feet. DME is required from Gusher. RNAV 1 GPS is also required. Cool. We're going to be using the Mako transition in the initial approach fix. We got a 3-degree glide slope. Minimums for this approach 200 foot ceilings, half-mile visibility. Current weather in Houston: wind 060 at 18, gusting 27, 6 statute miles. Rain, mist, view 1500, scattered at 36, broken 10,000, overcast 13,000, temperatures 26, dew point 24. No mention of any convective activity. Don't see anything about lightning, nothing like that. So we've got the minimums to shoot this approach. On 8 left, we have high intensity runway lights, center lights, altitude approach lights, touchdown zone lighting. Runway's grooved with RVRs reporting. We've got 7,860 feet of usable runway, and it's 150 feet wide. This should work out pretty good for us since we're going to be parking down here on the cargo ramp. So we're on 8 left. It's going to be a right-hand turnoff. We'll get off at either Fox Golf or Fox Hotel. Probably do Fox Hotel, so it's just a straight, easy exit and continue on our taxi to Echo Echo to the ramp. It's going to be a right seat landing. Aircraft types MD-11, tail strike avoidance, no MLs, no CDLs. Threats, obviously weather, low level wind shear, terrain's not a factor. We'll go auto brake level 1 if I can get to it. Let's check the rad nav. It is not tuned yet. Now, my advice for you guys, don't manually tune the ILS frequency. It seems like I've had a better success rate of it capturing the ILS when I let it auto tune. So we'll leave this page pulled up so we can be on the lookout for it to make sure that it does populate. I haven't had an instance where it has not populated yet, so I don't think that'd be a problem. But I would suggest not manually tuning your ILS. 200 foot men's, which is already in there, and we'll do a full flaps 50 landing. Any questions? Throw it in the chat. Well, got a lot of family in Houston too, so I came to visit the sister. Storm sped up, so I won't be driving back today. That's probably smart. Yep, LSU fan at heart. How could it not be? See? We get each other. We get each other. So like you, I support hometown, and for some reason I always liked Boise State. Probably because they got a blue football field. My brother graduated from West Point. Wow. So met some of those guys who always support Army football too. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to support Army or Air Force or Navy sports. You know, it's like college sucks enough already as it is. Throw in all the military shit, and it sucks even more. I was in the Air Force for a short period of time, and I mean, I never went to combat or nothing like that. But even just being away from home and having to put up with all the military bullshit of like getting up early in the morning, PTing, dressing out, like all the bullshit. That in itself is a sacrifice. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let y'all vote real quick. Let me start a poll. What time should we land? Real time with real weather, or a not dusk? I didn't mean dusk. I meant sunrise. Or like a sunrise / daylight landing. Lightspeed's gonna go shower. Go get his ass unstinky. Alright. Altitude, drop it down to 6,000.
Altitude.
Alright, we've got 75% for real time, 25% daylight. For real, couldn't imagine what they got to go through, and they're all great people, very impressive thing. Yeah, man, to get into those colleges, you have to be an impressive human being. Those schools are extremely demanding, both academically, physically. You gotta have really good character, more or less, to get into there, it seems. So we got 6 votes with 10 people watching. So we'll give it a little bit more time so we can get those last 4 votes. So Ninja Man, being that you are in Houston right now, and that is where we're flying, how's the weather where you're at? It's just windy and rainy? And I guess too, while we're descending, we can take a look. There it goes. Refresh it. Okay, so the worst of like the bands is still to the south. Anyway, it's like just now. No, it's made landfall a little bit ago. Ooh. Yeah, so it's not even, look, there's Houston right there, so it's like, we probably need to go land there in a few hours to actually get some nasty weather. It's crazy that storm started all the way over here. I have a friend that's actually from here, Cape Verde. That's a long way. It's just like, it was just riding all the way through, sucking up all that warm, wet air. Well, hopefully for our entertainment purposes, the weather will be a little bit interesting. Alright, so real time it is. See, it's crappy, windy, and rainy out in West Houston. Okay. So you're probably... Well, here you go. West Houston. That's an actual airport. That's probably the side you'd rather be on too. It's usually the worst of like the tornadic activity is going to be on the northeast side of the storm. Come on, thing. Now, if Hobby is definitely a bit more in the nasty stuff. So there's Hobby there. Let's see what their weather's like. Oh yeah, way worse. 060 at 28, gusting 42 on the winds, 42 knot gusts. 2.5 miles on the Viz. Heavy rain, mist, view at 1900, overcast 2900, temperature 26, 24, 2961. Yeah, even just the pressure is substantially lower in hobby versus intercontinental. $2972 versus $2961. Wow. Did you stock up on SpaghettiOs for the hurricane season? Josh, I did, thanks to Callie Simmer. She bought me a whole case, like a giant cardboard box full of them, from Amazon. So I am stocked up. It's been raining for like 2 hours straight, starting to pick up on intensity as we speak. Yeah, it sounds about right. A couple years ago, we rode out, maybe 3 years ago, but we rode out a hurricane in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And the beach house that we were in was like on stilts, so you could like feel the house moving. It was crazy. And it sucked too, because like it killed like 2 of our 7 days. Weather was just shit. I wish we were flying into hobby instead, man. Weather sucks there way more. $2972. $2972. Wish we had some form of weather radar on this thing. Yeah, that looks about like shit. Damn. That's way more intimidating. So it's been pretty mild, not crazy, but not great. I think IH was reporting 20 gust 27 34 hours ago. Yeah, it's about what they're reporting now, I believe, right? Let's see. Gusting up to 27 right now, as of 28 minutes ago. If we held for like, I don't know, I guess maybe 30 minutes, some of those nastier bands would probably get to hobby and make for a spicier approach. But I don't have that kind of time. I'm gonna have to get to bed here in a little bit. Maybe coming to Houston from the southeast. Should have done that, shouldn't I? If I had more time, I would definitely go dick around. Just like go heading mode, fly straight south. Go get into that stuff and then come in from the southeast. Where's the windshield wipers? Do they even work? They work. At least they move. Who knows if they actually work. Alright, so the ILS frequency just tuned. You can tell because it popped up with this no glide slope, no loke on the PFD. So let's cross check that again. 111.55. 111.55, 087. Perfect. Check this side as well. Perfect. Flight plan perf. VAP 155. Can I change this? I'm gonna do like 160. Yeah. That wind. The airlines come from they come from the, I think you left out what you were going to say, come from the sometimes. I think they switch them to the Tejas for arrival. But the weather is bad from the south too. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Could always change the airport. You know, does Hobby even have a cargo ramp? I feel like it's just too small of an airport. It's like if you got an airport as big as Intercontinental, you know, so close, like I don't think you would put big ass cargo jets. Yeah, because I don't see plenty of FBOs and hangars, but no cargo ramp. Yeah, I don't think they even have cargo. But hey, that could be always be a fun challenge. And with Active Sky Next, there is, you know, historical weather, so we can always fly this again and come into Hobby.
Stabilizer motion.
Woo! I love that. That looks awesome. Houston Intercontinental traffic, FedEx 9900 is about 15 miles to the northeast on the Gessner 1 arrival. We are planning the ILS runway 8 and we'll call base and final. Houston Intercontinental. I love that volumetric lighting. Woo, look at that, baby. Nice. I bet you the windows down here, I kind of feel like they probably don't act like real windows and have the rain going across them.
Altitude. Stabilizer motion.
Nope. Yeah, it just looks like a hole in the airplane. Like there's no like lens on the window.
Altitude. Altitude.
Oh, bedtime. Speaking of work, maybe I should head there already. Probably. Don't be late. Like the MD-80 that flew into FSD like 15 years ago, and they flew through a tornado on approach. No way. Did they survive, or did they get thrown into the ground? How you liking this MD-11? I want freighter, really the 77, but this will have to do. Personally, I love it. Again, I'll always disclaim that this airplane does need a little bit of polish. It needs some work on the pitch. It needs some work on like being able to not just body slam the motherfucker on the runway. What else? There's 3 or 4 things. Pitch, the ILS capturing, that's kind of a hit or miss. Need the damn pilots in the cockpit. Like, you can't see. There's no pilots in the cockpit. I don't know why, but that caught my attention really quick. Alright, let's go selected speed. And heading, we'll start to turn it. Eventually, when it gets around. Ooh. Losing frame rates like crazy. And I've had that issue with this airplane a few times too. Where like out of nowhere for no good reason, I just lose. It does this like. That's going to make this impossible to land if it stays like this. Go direct kick 'em. Alright, it seems like it's kind of squared its way back up. Nav. I don't know if this is true to the real airplane, but I hate when you do a direct, how it runs your position off of your present position. It doesn't draw out the turn. So then to have a really clean turn, you got to kind of like keep updating it. Man, that was a real long fucking downwind. 20 damn miles. Didn't you take off empty? That was the original plan, but we actually didn't. Put in 0 payload, and it was giving me a 0 fuel weight of like 112,000 pounds, which was way too light and like out of limits. So I was trying to put the 0 fuel weight into the initb page. It wasn't taken. So I just put in what I had in the release. So we are actually carrying some payload. $18-mile funnel. Houston Intercontinental Traffic FedEx 9900 Heavy is on a 17-mile final, runway 08 left. Intercontinental Traffic. Alright, localizer's alive. We'll go ahead and hit approach / land. Alright, loop captured. $15-mile funnel. Dial down the speed a little bit. We'll do 200. Select it. Those slats. Alright, let's see how good this autopilot is with these weather conditions. They survived good. That's crazy. Flew to a tornado through a funnel cloud. According to Father Time, that is how the direct works. Okay, if it's the real thing, then cool. I just didn't know if it was like shitty Microsoft LNAV versus like a custom LNAV or something. You have to keep clicking direct to make it not overcorrect. See? That's why I got y'all. I started watching one of his videos and I was just like, I don't know. I couldn't. I got bored really fast. Nothing against him. I struggle to watch Flight Sim content sometimes. Glide slope's coming down. We'll go flaps 15. Glide slope's captured. Houston Intercontinental Traffic, FedEx 9900 Heavy, 9-mile final, runway 8 left. Intercontinental. This approach altitude is 4,000. And well, we're still pretty high. We'll keep things how we got it for right now. We'll go flaps 28 though.
Stabilizer motion.
We'll get configured early since we got these sexy weather conditions. Alright, we'll go gear down.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
God, look at that. That's a tight squeeze in that buffer. Houston Intercontinental traffic, FedEx 9900 heavy, 3 mile final, 8 left.
Stabilizer motion.
Thousand, mostly stable. Looks like it's correcting. Man, it's really correcting.
Autopilot. 500.
Runway.
400. Approaching minimum. Minimum.
God, pitchy as hell. I forgot to start the flight control replay.
100. 50. 40. 30.
God.
20. 10.
That was pretty terrible. I do think I need to flare even more. I always feel like I'm flaring a lot, but I need to flare more. Houston Intercontinental traffic, FedEx 9900 heavy is clear, runway 8 left when we taxi into the cargo ramp. Intercontinental traffic. Well, I guess it was an okay landing considering the weather conditions and just the airplane and how it is. See if these windshield wipers work. Nah, they don't do shit. CC3. Shut up. I'm not doing any of that. Alright, so this says negative 370, but let's see what Volanta says, because Volanta is usually vastly different. Negative 182. See what I'm saying? 182. Bro, I'll take that all day long in this airplane. Shizzle my nizzle. When the main gear touch, you have the visual profile of a 747 landing. Dude, I don't doubt that in the least. I think a lot of people underestimate how big this airplane is, especially, to your point, when you're flaring and you're touching down, that nose is up. Like, you up there. Crystal's up. Yeah, I opened flight control replay, but I forgot to start it, so unfortunately I haven't had anything under negative 200 on Volanta. Well, I guess I should feel a little bit special then. I've had like 2 out of like 5. Dude, my first one was like unbelievably bad. Although that was bad on here, I didn't look at what it was on Volanta the first time I flew this airplane. But now I'm actually kind of curious.
Altitude. Altitude. Stabilizer.
I would hate to be Rampers right now.
stabilizer. Flap. Flat.
Just ignore that, guys.
Stabilizer. Flap.
Those wands reflected on the ground looks cool as shit. Brake set. APU's on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have safely made it into Houston. We didn't get a dance monkey, but nonetheless we have safely made it. This damn thing. Alright, let's see what we got on Pegasus. Oof. It says we touched down at 317 feet per minute. Bounced, came back down at 308. File that. This says negative 182, which I will take all day long. Let's see, on this one we had a negative 341. I don't think I recorded my first FedEx flight where I like slammed it hella hard. Minneapolis back to Memphis. Y'all see that? No way. Negative 73? I didn't even look at this. Okay. I don't think I'll flew this flight. Yeah, I didn't finish it. We landed in Memphis yesterday, negative 146. And then this one. I'll take it. I'll take it. Am I speaking? Cool. V1. Headed to airport for Cancun, turn house the Hurricane, hoping we are routed around it. Ooh. You must be doing Dallas. Lord Jesus. Yeah, I hope you're routed around it too. Let's see. It's so it just made landfall not too long ago. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure they'll put you. I mean, the tops on this stuff should be relatively low. Let's see. I'm sure there's some higher areas, like over here by the eye wall. We're at 51,000 feet, but like on the outskirts, look at this. All this shit's at 30,000 feet, 25,000. It's lower. So I'm thinking if the dispatcher takes you out maybe towards New Orleans and enters the Gulf routes down there, you'll miss all that stuff completely. And if you do have to go over any of it, it'll be pretty low tops. Just don't go over this. 60,000 feet tops. It's wild. Yeah, that'll be pretty easy to route around. Shouldn't have a problem. If you do have a problem, let me know. I'll handle it. Alright guys. Whoops. That was a lot of fun. Absolutely love this airplane. I can't be as cool as V1 and fly a passenger version yet, but I'm working on it. But guys, thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out on this very, very early morning red-eye stream. I'm just happy to be able to get this in. I start my 4 days of work today, so I probably won't be able to stream again until Friday. But as always, guys, greatly appreciate y'all hanging out. Thank you for the support. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I think we had 3 new subscribers today. And as always, be good at it. Until next time, keep it on the wrong side, and I will see y'all then. Peace.